Right.
Yeah. So the biggest drama that they have about it is, well, you're going to hear the special, but he goes back to the concept of him trying to get people trying to cancel him for his trans jokes.
That's the theme of it, right?
Yeah.
It's the cancel culture and like Twitter.
Yeah,
and all
Cancel
that.
culture, the LGBTQ community, and I think the way that it's portrayed in a lot of these articles that I'm reading. So there's a lot of people, New York Times, a lot of these big publications and these writers are coming after him, right? And clearly the people who are writing it, they're a part of these communities that they feel like he is. What the fuck is that?
Steven Seagal singing, bro.
For what? On a TV show?
Alligator ass. He's sick, bro.
That's for real?
That's for
That's
real.
for real.
That's him performing a live concert, or is he just doing this on a show?
He's doing a live concert and it's kind of fire.
He's singing. I mean, you can't knock his singing. Singing's actually pretty good. He's
Have you
saying
seen
dumb
my-
shit, and he's a dumbass.
Yeah, he is.
But
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. We have stupid Nick the Ear,
yeah,
dumb stupid yellow hat. Where'd you
Dumb.
get that hat? The yellow store?
I got it from
dumbass.
Good company. 3rd Street Athletics Barbell.
Oh, that's
Silent Mike.
Oh, that's Silent Mike.
yeah,
Silent
yeah.
Mike.
Hey,
Great apparel. Love his stuff.
Shout out to
Big
Silent
fan.
Mike.
Big
Silent
fan.
Mike.
I got to meet him on JK News. Such a good guy. Love that guy.
He's the best,
He's a really good guy.
unlike you.
And he knew the Golden State Killer, bro. Did you know that?
He knew him.
Yeah, he
Like, personally.
He like grew up with that fool.
How old is Silent Mike?
He's 72.
Yeah, it's gotta, he's
72
gotta
years
be.
old.
He's 72 years
It's
old.
gotta
bro.
be.
Patrick.T.Riley.
He knows no serial killers.
I don't know any serial killers. I don't think so. Not yet.
Fucking loser.
You never know. Somebody could veer off the path and just start.
Out of all
murdering.
your friends, who do you think could be the most likely to be a serial killer besides David?
What? Why would I be a serial killer?
I don't know. That's a good question. I never thought about it.
David blacks out and he fucking
I think
commits
Alex.
violence.
I can see Alex killing people.
Alex who?
Alex.
Costa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lift
I can
God?
see him killing people.
Yeah, he got a very cold demeanor sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be like, "Are you killing people?"
He got a serial killer.
Would
eyes
you ever
sometimes.
kill somebody for real?
Yeah.
So somebody comes up to Tiff. They go, "What's up, Salvadorian mommy?" I was about to say
Mommy?
I was about to say Mexican, but she's not. She's Salvadorian.
Whoa.
Bring me
Salvi
some
mommy.
of that
Whoa.
Salvadorian ass.
I wouldn't kill the guy.
I wouldn't kill the guy.
I'd just be like, get the fuck out of here. And then we walk away.
yeah.
That would be it. That'd be the extent.
That's
of it.
the fucking
feel like
weakest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Because at the same time, it's like, bro, get the fuck out of here. What are you
Somebody
doing here?
slaps Tiff upside her head.
If someone lays
Oh my
hands,
God.
I'm breaking body. I'm gonna do my best to break something on their body.
That's an ass whipping, but I still.
I
don't
cannot
think
guarantee
kill.
this. We'll see what happens when that time comes, but I'm gonna have to break something on their body.
The only time I think I would struggle with I think I'm gonna kill somebody is if somebody did something to Maya for sure.
Oh, your
That would
baby
be
daughters.
that would be the where like I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
Family, loved ones, friends, even. We throwing down. We doing one of these.
Ha!
Oh, we're doing the whoa.
We're doing up and we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
There
like
it
that.
is.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I love it. This fool didn't watch the Dave Chappelle special.
Yeah, I didn't watch it yet.
Out of all the things you couldn't see, you didn't watch the Dave Chappelle special.
It's been crazy. Back to back to back. We just got back.
Fuck you, guy.
We just got back from Hawaii. And then
Hawaii.
Hawaii, which is one of the best places on earth.
Hey, yo, shout out to Gilbert for knowing the worst restaurants ever on the island.
We need Gilbert here to defend himself.
No, he has nothing to defend. We're not going to name names of the places that he
No,
recommended.
just for fun though. Just
They were
for fun.
trash?
Oh, for sure. Gilbert can come in so I could just make fun of this fat fuck. How can you be that fat and have bad taste buds?
They were trash. The places.
Oh.
What was wrong with them?
El terrible, as the
Wow.
Spanish say.
Well, okay, we already know one of them that we talked about. What was the other one that he recommended that was basura?
Oh, I can't say
Basura
names
boys.
because I ain't trying to destroy
What
businesses.
type of restaurant was it?
It was an Asian restaurant of some sorts.
What kind? Japonese?
No,
Korea?
it was Laotian Vietnamese Thai.
Whoa, it's a lot.
For real? You just made that up.
No, I did
Laotian
not.
Vietnamese Thai combo.
It was not good. None of the stuff he recommended was good. I don't understand when I meet somebody
I know what you're talking
who
about.
is a large man.
He recommended that to you?
I thought you went because he recommended it to you.
Yeah.
And I told you not to go. And you still went, idiot.
well, we just
Was it
you know,
trash? It was trash.
It was honestly the worst restaurant we went to. Out of the whole
Did you
trip.
text? What did you text Gilbert afterwards?
I was with them and we were all like, I paid $36 for this.
And what did he say?
No, we were all together and he was like, yeah, it wasn't good. Like we all agreed. And the service was kind of shitty. Like the guy that was there serving us. And look, bro, I'm very gracious when it comes to servers because I used to be a server. I get it. But this dude was like, come on, bro. Do the bare minimum, dog. Like, it looks like you want to spit in my face for even being here.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're a fucking chunky dude and you don't know good food, why are you even fat?
Yeah, that's true.
Just get skinny, dude.
Yeah.
What's the point?
What is the point?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Gilbert wakes up and he's just like, I'm just gonna shove bad food in my face all day.
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
What an idiot.
Or he's very maybe he doesn't have bad taste. Maybe he just will eat anything because he's very accepting of food. What about that? You ever thought about that, David?
Yeah, except vegetables.
Except water instead of soda.
Yeah.
He don't drink soda. He don't drink soda like that. He be eating vegetables, but I actually have no idea what he eats.
I'm just so shocked.
Yeah.
So he recommended this very specific spot. He was like, oh, send us the fucking Yelp page or whatever. I was like, cool. Went to go check it out. Right when I went into this part of town, I knew the food was going to be bad because it's a high tourist area with away from Waikiki.
Yeah.
And all my Hawaiian people know, bunch of howleys over there. And I was like, this is not going to be good.
Hey, the howleys over there be fucking wilding, dog. I was at the airport and it was like the departing away from Hawaii, Daniel Inouye. How do you say his last name? Inouye?
No, continue.
Inouye.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're at the fucking airport and this fucking fat ass little bald white dude was over there. And he's talking to the lady that works at like the tourist shop. Like where you get like sodas, magazines, whatever the fuck. And he goes, so you're telling me you guys have nicotine patches, but not nicotine gum? Oh, okay. All right. Like he's giving her attitude like this. Like
I don't own the store, bitch.
Like this lady's in charge of stocking the store.
Yeah.
And also, bro, this isn't a fucking Walmart. You know you have a fucking nicotine addiction. Go to the store and go buy nicotine gum before you go to the fucking store, bro.
He's having withdrawals.
Yeah, he's having withdrawals.
Yeah,
100%.
like, bro, I hope you fall off the fucking plane. Like the way the way he was talking to this fucking girl was like, and she just looked at him like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
What we have is what we have, bro.
I don't order this shit.
Yeah, and the way he was saying it was so fucking entitled. I wanted to fucking slap him up his fucking bald
don't
head.
you empathize with him because he's going through a drug addiction problem?
Who
He's going through
gives?
withdrawals.
Hey, bro, go to CVS. Go to Long's Drug Pharmacy.
Did you ever think about that, Nicholas Dunham?
I got some nicotine for him right here, dude. And it ain't much. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
It ain't much.
It's
but
one
it
hit.
could last 2 to 3 minutes max.
Nice.
All right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's all I'll say.
All right.
Yeah, I said it, dude.
You did say it.
I told you, white man.
Yeah, that guy.
See?
Yeah.
And you're racist, dude.
Howley,
Wow.
bro. Howley's, dog.
You're a Howley
Howley.
racist, stupid son of a bitch.
But it is crazy to see how some Hawaiian, like some of the locals, they do be like treating some of the white people like super spicy. And then to me, they were like, hey, bro, like, what can I get for you?
They're
Like,
cool,
What
dude.
number are you?
Yeah,
Let me get your food for you. And I was like, this is
Dude.
tight.
Hawaii is the best.
This is tight.
It is the best.
It's I don't know if it's the best place on earth, but it's fucking close, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty close to
Hawaii's
it, man.
dope.
I'll
It's
tell you
fucking
this.
close. The nature, the fucking people there, everyone at the airport, so nice. I was walking by, the security guard, old Asian man. He looked at me. I don't know why. He just went. And I was like, hey, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why he did that. But
Yeah.
it made me feel so special.
Yeah,
And
that's
this
cool.
one lady was like, I like your mask. And I was like, thank you. Just
What kind of mask you
Wow.
want?
It was a KN94, but it was like pink. So maybe that
Oh,
was
nice.
that. But she was very sweet. Everyone's so nice. Everybody feels like all the older people there feel like my grandma.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like Trader Joe's. That's what Trader Joe's feels like. It's
For
like
you?
like the Lego movie in there. But sometimes they're a little too happy and I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
too much. What are we all happy
I
about?
like it when it's genuine. I don't want it to be in your face. I don't want it to be like sometimes you could tell it's like this is fabricated. Stop.
Yeah.
But if you're just genuinely like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
Like, how
yeah.
you doing? You have a good day?
A nice,
cool.
yeah.
You know, that's awesome.
I like the old guy giving you that
That was
sounds
out of nowhere. He's
nice and
security guard, he
sweet.
went,
Like, yeah, you.
and I was
dude.
like,
It was your dad, you idiot.
that was my dad.
That was your
Yeah.
father.
That was my grandfather.
He was like, I'm very proud of you. Bam. And he gave you the thumbs up and you went, fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
And you just walked off. And
I
then his
love that
spirit
guy.
just floated away.
Mhm.
Whoa.
You're a
That's
piece of
deep,
shit.
bro.
Disintegrated
That was
like
Rum
Yoda,
Deep
baby.
Subdue, bro.
So
Rum
because
Deep
you're a
Subdue.
decent human being, what did you think of the Chappelle special?
Dude, I
I
loved
loved
it.
it. I loved it.
I
Shut
fucking-
the fuck up, you
Bro.
charlatan.
Honestly, anything Chappelle does is the shit, obviously, right? But like it was fucking amazing. Like all around, like amazing as fuck. The jokes were good. His storytelling was really good. The story he told in the end about so the theme throughout it, which is why he's catching a lot of heat, is basically, I mean, he cracks jokes about the trans community like he does in all the other specials.
Yeah.
So anytime you mention them in a not flattering light, you're gonna catch some heat, right? And he just goes for it. He's swinging hard as shit. But he tells a story at the end about, or well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but he has this story at the end that's fantastic, and he like really wraps it up, and it really
Puts a bow on it.
Puts a bow on it, and it like really emphasizes the message he's trying to convey the whole time. And it's just like, dude, this dude's a fucking master. Yeah. And also what's sick about it is like Chappelle is doing like the role of a comedian. Like that's exactly what a comedian's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like I remember in high school, like we used to have to read Shakespeare. I fucking hated Shakespeare. I didn't give a shit. I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Are people fucking? Are they dying? What's going on? I don't understand. You know?
That's all you want to see.
It's
in a
like,
story
I don't know
anyway.
what's happening, dude.
Yeah. You fucking or you dying?
Dudes
bro.
are like saying things. I thought they were at dinner. Next guy got stabbed in the chest. I didn't even know. And they were fighting over a girl the whole time. I had no idea. Romeo. You know? So, but the one thing I do remember from high school, from Shakespeare, was that there was a play, I don't remember what it was, but the jester was always considered the wise fool, and he was the only one that could tell the king the truth. Like that was like Shakespeare wrote that in, and like that was his role. He was called the wise fool, and because he was funny, he was the only motherfucker that could tell the king the truth without getting his decapitated. And like Chappelle is literally that. Like he's, I mean, they're trying to decapitate him, but like he's just telling it, calling it for what it is. Like he speaks on things. There should be nothing that, like, if nothing is so sacred, it can't be talked about, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is he talks about it and he makes jokes and he doesn't bend the knee, and that's why everyone's fucking pissed.
Yeah.
But it's overall, I think it's amazing.
I feel like every special that comes out with him, everybody tries to cancel some portion of it. You know, or try to cancel him about a bit that he does.
Yeah.
But he has stood his ground and is like, okay, what are you gonna do? Like the greats do all that shit. Like Chappelle, I feel like Burr is kind of like that too, where he's like, yeah, 3 people were mad. The whole crowd was laughing.
Right.
Like I killed. It's just one person at home watching the shit that gets mad. And I feel like it's the same kind of situation with the Chappelle stuff. Because if he wasn't so fucking great at what he does, he wouldn't be getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to do a comedy special.
Right.
Yeah. So the biggest drama that they have about it is, well, you're going to hear the special, but he also he goes back to the concept of him trying to get people trying to cancel him for his trans jokes.
That's the theme of it, right?
Yeah.
It's the cancel culture and like Twitter.
Yeah,
and all
Cancel
that.
culture, the LGBTQ community, and I think the way that it's portrayed in a lot of these articles that I'm reading. So there's a lot of people, New York Times, a lot of these big publications and these writers are coming after him, right? And clearly the people who are writing it, they're a part of these communities that they feel like he is punching down, right? Yeah. And that is the theme that he talks about in his stand-up. They're saying that I am continually punching down on this community. So I guess comedy is supposed to make you think, and it's going to offend people for sure, right?
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I thought about, right? Because I don't want to be dismissive about how people feel.
Yeah.
And the thing about like art too, I always say this, it's very subjective and you can feel however you want, but if those people are offended, they're allowed to be fucking offended.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at them for being fucking offended.
Doesn't mean they're right though.
Yeah, no, there's no right or wrong to it, in my personal opinion. Like if they're offended, they didn't like it, they're 100% right. We can't sit here and tell these people that they can't feel the way that they fucking feel, because that would defeat the purpose of stand-up and art. It has to be subjective. It has to kind of pull you apart, right? So half the room is mortified, half the room is laughing, and I think that's what great art does, right? But I think the thing that I kept reading in these articles that maybe had me a little confused was that these people that were trying to take Dave Chappelle down, I've read this in 3 different articles. I forgot which one they are, but I read it and I understood how they felt. One part that bothered me in every single one of those articles that they kept saying this: Dave Chappelle used to be great. His stand-up was amazing. It used to make me laugh. He used to talk about real things. And now he just goes for low-hanging fruit and he does stuff that's very offensive towards my community. Now, the problem with this that bothers me the most, right? They started using all these jokes, right? They're like, oh, but how he used this joke against like homeless people, blah, 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 blah. He related to him getting the COVID shot as in the thing that homeless people get. So he's going low-hanging fruit against homeless people. Yeah. Now, this is where I find people to be a little morally selective. He did a very famous stand-up bit, which they were fans of, right? Of him talking about the homeless guy jacking off in a subway. This guy's mentally ill. Yeah. He's jacking off, spraying cum on everybody's
Holding
face.
the bus hostage with his dick.
Exactly. So why is it that you find that funny, but not this one, right? And the reason why is this is what I feel anyways. You only find things funny if they're not talking about something that's important to you.
Exactly. We were talking about that today on JK News, about the same 100%. Fucking thing. It's like, people want to get mad about something that's sensitive to them, but everything else
It's
is
free
all
for
fair.
all.
It's fair game.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but if you're going to be mad at,
You should be mad at all stand-ups.
Exactly.
Because I'll use this as a great example, right? So we talk about a lot of stand-up comics who talk about their life getting beat up or whatever, what their parents, this is domestic abuse and violence. And you're over here dying laughing that they got their ass beat by their parents and these like hilarious ass whooping stories, right? You think it's fucking hilarious. I think it's hilarious too. But why is it that you can look at that and say, oh, domestic violence is okay, but don't talk about my community here, right?
Yeah, right.
But so this is what I'm talking about. Like, where does this morality meter go constantly when it comes to comedy? I know that there are boundaries, but if we can't do that equally across the board, I think there's an issue and a problem here, because now we're saying it's only offensive because it hurts me, right?
Yeah.
Because all that stuff is offensive. So where do I guess if I were to ask him, it's like, well, why did you draw the line here and not there? And if the answer is because I'm a part of that community, well, then you're being a little hypocritical at this point, because you were cracking up when everybody else had a problem with the other stuff.
Right,
so
exactly.
I don't know.
And
I feel a little weird.
100%. And also too, like the rule, like even the term punching down, like there's no rules in comedy. There's no like comedy has to punch up or what. Like comedy is just make motherfuckers laugh. Point out in your way, whether it's storytelling, pointing out incongruities, surprise, whatever, however you do it, make motherfuckers laugh. And that can happen in any way. Sure, you can make fun of, like, for example, a homeless dude. You could make, like, that would technically be punching down, but there is,
of it is punching down in some way, right?
There's bits where, like, even like Chris Rock, right? Like black people versus like, you know what I mean? Like that's technically like, I mean, I don't know if that's technically punching down, but it's you can punch down. Like as long as it's fucking funny, that's the rule in comedy. Make motherfuckers laugh. It's not like a morally necessarily it's not a space to be morally right.
The other issue that I have too, I think people are really misconstruing the concept of what a comedian is. A comic's position in their life isn't to be your hero.
Yeah.
Like people keep saying that he used to be my hero. He never asked to be your hero.
Right.
He actually never asked to do any of that. He was just trying to be a comedian and be a comic.
Right.
The idea that somebody has to live up to your expectation because this is what you wanted out of them is a little unfair, right? I do agree that people who have a certain level of influence should be careful with their words. I agree with that stuff too. But the argument that, oh, he should be better because he was my hero, that's a role that you put on. Comics aren't there to be your morality police.
Right.
They're not there for that. They're a comic.
Yeah.
Which is one of the biggest reasons why like I stopped doing, I did a lot of like social justice stuff too. But what happened was that people forgot that I was a comic. I was making jokes too.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, how can you say this if you, it's like, look, at the end of the day, this is jokes.
Yeah.
Because when we put ourselves at this certain standard, people will only judge us for that. They go, oh, you're a social justice person, you should stick to all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think Dave Chappelle ever said he was any of that stuff.
Right.
He just does comedy with tidbits of his version of his truth.
Yeah.
What you take from it is what you take from it.
Right.
Like to say that this person should be a hero to the youth and everybody else is what you wanted out of him. It's not what he said. Or any comic, as a matter of fact.
And to put that on someone is not very fair, right?
At all.
Like
unless they ask for it, where they're like, I'm the stance of, morality, which I gave, Simu shit about that. Was like, you can't be the beacon of hope for, men and all this other stuff.
Dave Chappelle's not trying to be Sean King.
You also wouldn't be
know?
a good comic. If that, like being a comic, like if you took that's like the opposite of a comic's spirit.
Yes.
To be like, I am this beacon of truth and justice. Like the whole thing, we shit on ourselves. Like we're self-deprecating. Like the whole thing is like we're a little fucked up, and like that little fucked upness goes inwards as well. So if you're ever thinking you're the shit, something's wrong. From a comedian, the spirit of a comedian's perspective.
Yeah, and I use this example too, where I talked about Shane Gillis, right, when he did the whole little podcast thing with his host thing. I didn't think that shit was funny. I didn't think it was dope. I never said cancel Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I still think he should be able to perform comedy.
And he's funny.
And his special on fucking YouTube,
killer,
hilarious.
One of the best specials I've seen in a really long time.
He's so fucking natural and good at what he does, which makes sense why he got on SNL.
Yeah.
So I think people can fuck up. And the idea too, and this has nothing to do with Chappelle's thing, is that people never think people can change. Nobody ever gives somebody a chance. Like if they fuck up, they could change, or you could say, you know what, fuck you and move on. Yeah. You have the ability to buy his tickets, watch his shows, whatever else.
Yeah, right.
which it's free market.
And whatever happened to that, right? It's just like, if you don't like something, just don't watch it.
Yeah, and also, who are you to decide that I can't watch this?
Yeah.
You know?
And on top of that too, it's like, we're all hypocrites at the end of the day, right? It's like I just don't like when people like to shine the light on other people saying like, you did this. And it's like, what if we did the same thing to you? Right? Because all these people that want to go out and like make a stand and like cancel everybody and say like, you're a piece of shit for saying this. I really want to be like, well, what kind of fucking skeletons do you have in your closet? Right? Because if you want to expose everybody else, I feel like in a weird way, it's like, I feel like most people don't go through their life trying to do that, trying to expose other people.
You can feel when someone's trying to be shitty, and you can feel when they're coming from a good place.
Exactly.
So it's case by case situation. Like there was a video of I saw it on a podcast. I don't remember. I think it was your mom's house. But there's
your mom's house, bitch.
Fuck, dude, you got me.
Yeah, you got you so good there.
There's a video of it's like a trans lady in a car at like a Sonic or some drive-through place.
Oh, that video was crazy.
And she's like filming this Latino worker dude, and she's like, yeah, but why did your worker call me him? Like, so it's a guy who transitioned to a girl, trans woman, right? So he's like, yeah, why would he call me sir? Like, what about me looks like a sir, blah, blah, blah. And they flips the camera. The guy's also like, the guy's just trying to work.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sorry.
He's like, sorry, you know?
I fucked up.
Sorry.
Give me some grace here.
He was like, it gets down to the point where the motherfucker gave the dude the card and it says Will Smith on it or Will Jackson or whatever the fuck. The person's name is Will.
Yeah.
And so the guy's like, well, he read the name Will and assumed, because there's not a lot of
male name.
Baby girls running around with the name fucking Will, you know, like my bad, motherfucker.
Honest, damn. You can have some empathy for me a little bit.
But this dude's coming like just trying to shit, like just basically trying to dominate this dude to look good or feel good. It's bullying. Like that's just straight up bullying.
And by the way, nobody sympathizes with this woman at all, right?
At all.
And you know why? It's because I actually, when I first watched this video, I very much assumed that it was fake. Because I burst out laughing.
It was so outlandish.
Because
I didn't see where she turned it around. I didn't see that.
What makes you think, what about me looks like a man? Turns the camera, 5 o'clock shadow. What the fuck? 5 o'clock shadow with red lipstick. I'm like, dude, this is a prank for sure.
Yeah.
And so a fucking couple days passed and it was real.
Right.
I was like, oh, this isn't a prank. This is for real.
Yeah.
The motherfucker's name was a cisgendered male name on the credit card.
Yeah.
So what the fuck here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's just like, come on now.
Yeah, they assumed because you have a typical male name on your credit card. Also, too, you were 3 hours away from having a full beard.
Yeah.
So, you know, look at it. Like I said, I address her as a her. She's a
Thank you for clarifying. I will do that from now on.
I'm trying to get fucked up. She rum deep seduce. She's a she. Cool. You've addressed it. They fucked up. Let's move on here. Let's move on here. He said, look, your name is William Shatner.
Yeah.
I thought you were a guy because of the name on the thing. Well, my bad. Whatever your preferred pronoun is.
Yeah, we'll be cool. Like it's over. Done. Let's move on. Let me
stop acting like a bitch and let's move on.
Can I give you the burger now? Can I give you your fries and get the fuck out of here? Like, let's move on.
Apologies.
And that person was probably trying to start some shit.
Yeah,
well, and then recording and making a whole big scene out of it.
Right.
I feel like 99% of other people in that same situation were like, oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't think this person too represents like a majority of the trans community.
Mentally ill or something.
For sure. You know, like the trans community, they're going to get a lot of flack for people like that too.
Yeah,
because they try to put this movement on their back and they're making these people who have transitioned look like shit because everybody now thinks that every trans person is crazy like this person.
Exactly.
And it's terrible.
I'm sure there's trans people that are so angry about
this
whole movement. They're just like, bro, we just want to live our lives, figure our shit out, lay low. And then they have all this bullshit to deal with. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by HelloFresh, my friends. You guys know how much I love HelloFresh because I love making bomb-ass food. And a lot of the times, you guys know that when you go out and you go ahead and cook a recipe you see online, you always have extra ingredients. Well, this is where HelloFresh comes in. It's super fun and affordable because it's 30% cheaper than grocery stores with pre-portioned ingredients that ensures you won't spend money on excess ingredients in food. While you save on your shopping trip. No more grocery stores, no more excess celery, 36 pounds of it. You just get what you need and you end up with one of the most delicious meals. And it's home cooked, but it's super, super easy and delicious. Trust me, all the stuff that I made with HelloFresh has been bomb. Ask my fiance, she loved every recipe. And by the way, if you've heard me talk about Green Chef, well, guess what? HelloFresh and Green Chef, my friends, has an amazing relationship together, so you can enjoy both brands at a discount with me. No worry. So check it out, my friends. Go to hellofresh.com/brain14 and use code brain14 up to 14 free meals, including free shipping. Once again, go to hellofresh.com/brain14 and use code brain14. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
And I feel like that person's just not really a normal person. Like that person's kind of just
An
off the
asshole.
walls.
That person's
just
an
a
asshole.
dickhead.
100%.
You know?
Man, woman, whatever. You're a fucking douchebag.
And that doesn't represent the actual population.
Yeah.
Because there was a part in like Chappelle's stand-up, and you're gonna see this a little bit too. You're gonna get this a little bit ruined because you didn't watch it like a normal person.
Whatever. Dude.
But basically, there was a part where Chappelle does a show with Daphne, and they're having a good banter back and forth on stage, and he goes, "I believe you," and she snaps at him. She goes, "I don't need you to believe me. I just need you to treat me like a person."
Yeah.
And that was like something that very profound that he was saying. It's like, what is this idea that we can't just treat people like people?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like just treat
Yeah.
people like people. That's all that it is.
And what I was thinking about this today too, it's like, even like I'm friends with legitimately like some pretty crazy people where I'm like, this person's crazy.
Yeah.
But I still love them and I'm still cool with them. Like, I don't have to agree with you on every single thing
Exactly.
to be cool with you. And it's like, even if like there's people that like, you know, you don't have to have everyone accept like everything you believe for you guys to get along. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. We could just be cool. We could just
like,
be people.
Like you believe the earth is flat and I don't. But we still like
we
are
can
really
still
good
be
friends.
cool. We can still
Yeah.
have a good time. You know what I mean?
Also-
Like, it's like there's people out there that don't think that you're like, for example, from a trans perspective, if someone was trans and someone was like, I don't really think that's a legit thing. I could see where that's offensive, but those two people can still get along. Like, you don't have to believe me. Just fucking, let's just be humans and just be cool.
Yeah. Treat me like a decent person and a human being. You don't have to believe any of my shit.
Yeah.
I believe it, but just treat me with respect.
Yeah, right.
And I
Exactly.
think
Let's
that's
just
most people what they want.
just mutual respect.
Yeah.
Mutual combat.
And let's just mutual combat. Yeah.
Yeah. Mutual combat. Let's just duke it out. Like men and women. Let's fucking knock each other's teeth out.
Obviously.
But like, even like, there's, sorry to cut you off,
No.
but there's like people that like still don't think there should be interracial couples. You know, that still exists.
I agree, dude.
And it's like
Then he would never exist.
Yeah, exactly.
My children will never be birthed.
But like, how would you know what I mean? Like, and if you spent every hour like, fuck, I gotta make everyone think that it's okay. It's like, why would you want to live like that?
Yeah. That's true.
It's like a miserable
But
existence.
because it's also like you can't control what other people think.
Right. You can't.
You can't control what other people do. So you have to kind of live in your own space.
Yeah.
And then I think the best way to deal with all this stuff in general is just to be like, okay, I disagree with you, or you might be fucking batshit crazy, and that's fine. And you
People
move on
might
with your
even
life.
People might even disagree with this. I personally don't give a fuck what you do in your private life.
Yeah.
Don't bring that shit to me. Don't bring it to work, and don't bring it around the youth.
No, I
Like,
agree with that 100%.
Right. You like okay, so
That's just annoying.
like we always see this stuff where somebody gets canceled over like emails, tweets, or whatever from years
Yeah.
ago, right?
John Gruden thing.
Yeah, the John Gruden thing,
Yeah.
right? Which, by the way, nobody's justifying what he's doing or saying behind closed doors.
Mhm.
But my issue is if he brought that shit out onto the field, brought it around people, and he was saying this to other people.
Yeah.
You have no idea. If you guys have ever played a sport in your life,
Yeah, dude.
that F word that ends with the agate at the end is said profusely.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So much.
Yeah.
Bitch, you pussy.
Yeah.
Sports are always has been like that. So when they hear these
All
words,
sports.
like, yeah.
All sports.
So, like-
Xbox
like
Live
I said,
chats.
Badminton.
Xbox Live.
Yeah, Xbox
All
Live.
day.
Yeah, dog.
Go kill yourself. Go die. I
Yeah.
fucked your mom in her ass and it came out her belly button.
Yeah,
How
boom.
old are you? 3 years old.
3
Whoa.
years old.
Yeah, why are you up at 2 a.m.?
That's
bro.
impressive.
Yeah. So it's, once again, I'm not over here batting for his morality. Like,
No.
whatever he said
That's
in his
your
emails
business.
is fucking terrible or trash. I think the
Sure.
issue that I have is with people saying like, I can't believe somebody would say this when you are that person too.
Exactly. That's the hypocritical
Yeah.
thing. It's like, bro, you're gonna get caught too one day.
Just
Like,
wait.
100%.
Just wait.
Yeah, it's gonna
Everyone's
happen.
gonna get theirs, bro. And for you to stand on a fucking soapbox and be like, you're a piece of this, like just to name call and just kick people while they're down. It's like, you just wait till you get yours, bro. That's
Yeah,
how I
right.
feel.
And-
We're all scumbags. Everybody.
Hey, you
We're all
speak for
pieces of
yourself,
shit,
dude.
bro.
I'm a fucking angel.
Hey, we're all pieces of shit. Some of us are trying to do the best we can.
Yeah.
But for
I've
the most
never
part,
done a single thing wrong in my life. dude.
Rum Deem.
you assaulted a man outside the gym.
And that
Stole
was
that dude's-
fully within my right as an American.
But
Do you hate America?
What
What's
about-
up, Al Qaeda?
what's up, Al Qaeda?
Al
Oh,
Qaeda,
man,
motherfucker.
didn't know you were part of the Taliban.
Yeah, fucking
You did steal that
Taliban.
fool's Funyuns forever.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know?
Forever.
Probably
I
I
wasn't
didn't
pretty nice.
steal
dude.
Rumdeep's fucking Funyuns. He gave them to me. It was tribute for protecting him.
But David blacked out and forgot the part where he had him by his neck. And
Yeah.
was like, give me your fun.
Slapped him.
I've never slapped Rumdeep a single day in my life.
Nice.
However, I once watched the kid get stomped out and I did nothing. And I'll tell you this, I actually kicked him once too just to see how it felt.
Oh, you did?
And then I walked away.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And I felt so bad. I cried and I apologized to him.
But that was see, the fact that you
Nice. You
apologized to
learned.
him, you did your part.
he had a kick
You
me
learned.
sign.
You
and I
made a
was like,
mistake.
you know what? I want to kick him and see how it felt. I kicked this kid. I felt terrible.
And it's fine because you apologize, but you're still going to hell. But the fact that you still apologize is great.
Yeah, that's nice. You
That's
learned.
all you
I
can do.
apologize and I've never done anything wrong.
ever again.
That's right. I've never, ever did anything wrong. It's impossible. I dare you to don't dig into my tweets. I dare you. I dare you.
I
But-
remember.
yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say in the Chappelle's last special, there was like an extra bit that he like. So he does a special, and then there was like an extra like little thing that he did. Whatever, it was like a little extra scenes or whatever. But he has this really good point. Like he has people asking him questions, and they're talking about Daphne, actually, who's the transgender lady that he meets or whatever. And they're like talking at the bar, and I don't remember specifically exactly what he used, but there was a article I think that was written or something where he was making jokes about a certain community, and the article was saying how like by him making jokes about this, it was like actually including the community. It
Yeah.
was like because joking with people can be a sign of like I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's another thing that people don't understand. Sometimes it's just it's a love language. You just talk shit, but like I talk shit to you all the time, but I love
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
fuck you. I hate that.
exactly. There you
I
go.
hate it.
So you're gay. So,
Yeah. You just say you love me on a podcast, bro. What are you, gay or something?
So,
dude?
and then he's talking to Daphne,
love you too, shit.
and then Daphne was like, "Yo, I wonder why they never say that about when you're making trans jokes, that you're trying to do that with the trans, you're trying to
Yeah.
normalize it, like, yo, yeah, you know, like why
Creating conversation.
making like humor is a bridge. It
Mhm.
can be a bridge, you know, and like I don't know, the best people that I've met in my life are people that can take a joke about themselves.
Yeah.
100%. Like if I meet somebody and I say something and I could tell they can't take the joke, I'm already like 80%. I'm like, I'm not
out.
really gonna like this dude.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
Rum Deep jokes, don't like them at all.
Rum
You'll
Deep, if he's
never come on
listening.
this podcast ever again. I'm
loves
never
it.
sharing anything with you.
But like, you know, so like being able to take a joke like that's how you build, that's how
Yeah.
we get the uncomfortable shit that we can't really talk about in necessarily a serious way. Maybe we address those issues.
Mhm.
You know, it's a way to bond, actually.
Yeah,
It's a way to talk about the shit that's uncomfortable.
And you know, he also made a point too, and I think a lot of comics make a point too, when we make these jokes, right? And that once again, they have to be funny. That's like that's
That's
the
the main
prerequisite.
key, yeah.
It has to be funny. It has to be crafty. You know,
Sure.
to do whatever
Of
for it to
course.
be acceptable, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing.
Yeah.
But afterwards, if somebody walks away and they go, "Fuck trans people," he goes, "You're a piece of shit."
Of course.
Like, fuck you. And then we'll be there to back you up when somebody takes these jokes and they try to weaponize it against
Exactly.
you. We'll be right there with you, standing up saying, "Fuck you." Like, hey,
100%.
you know?
Because we've seen comedy where people are trying to like make a stand about something kind of, and then the joke is secondary, but there ends up being no joke, and they make
It's
they end up
terrible.
making a statement, and everybody knows it could be the most like just regular thing that you could be talking about. Nothing heavy, nothing crazy. But because they talk about it in a certain way, and if there's no joke and it just seems like them just ranting and there's no funniness to it, it's like weird.
Yeah.
Like you've been in a crowd where someone is like trying out, maybe not trying out material, but they're doing material. And it just, there's no funniness, but it just kind of sounds mean and kind of like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
You know what it's like? It's like if somebody that doesn't know how to play guitar starts going dang ding bang bang. It sounds like shit.
It's like, oh,
you know what I mean?
what the fuck is
but
this?
it's like he's trying to play music, but
Yeah.
it's like bang, ding. He doesn't have the skill. It's the same thing with jokes. It's like if I'm trying to make a point, but there's something funny in here, but I just don't have the skills.
Well,
to
it's
play
interesting
it.
too
Exactly.
because one of the biggest things that
That's a
happened
good
was
analogy.
one of the bigger
Fucking
things that
idiot.
happened was Netflix. The Netflix trans employees and allies said that they're going to leave Netflix
Sure.
because they're not going to bring down the special. And then obviously Netflix was like, no, we're going to leave it up.
Yeah.
Which I thought was dope.
Yeah, whether it's for
was
the
like,
sake
finally.
of comedy, which I really do appreciate.
Yeah.
Now, the hard part for I think these companies too is that they're going to have to live and die by that standard. So, because if they do that, where somebody puts out a special that everybody really liked, that they thought was funny, but it's a comic that doesn't have a big name as Chappelle, and then they take it down, then they're going to have to eat those fucking words because now they just look like, oh, you're only doing it because it's Dave Chappelle.
Right.
So they have to live by that standard now.
Sure.
Because one of the biggest problems that people have is that, oh, the only reason why people find this acceptable is because it's Dave Chappelle. If it was somebody else, they would just do it by the dollar signs and then take them off.
But see, this is why Dave Chappelle's so great is because he doesn't have to take this on.
Yeah.
But he is kind of paving the way for he's making it like he is you need a guy like him
He's the figurehead.
that's big enough to take it on that sets the momentum in the other way where it's finally like enough like, okay, you're upset, sorry, you don't have to watch it, but you don't get to decide what everybody else gets to watch. There's a lot of people that just fucking like it for whatever reason.
One of the worst things that ever happened, and it's a true sign of people kind of just being a bitch, is when the one Indian American comic did a stand-up show. And he was making a joke. It was a race joke, right? And he said the set was going completely fine. And then he made that joke where he said, nobody, I think I'm butchering the joke, but it's like nobody chooses to be black and gay at the same time because who would chose to be oppressed twice over?
Yeah.
Right? Fucking funny joke. And then
Good premise.
And then everybody was like, started booing him and they took him off the stage saying that he was racist. Like somebody screamed at him that he's a fucking racist. When really the joke is not about him being racist. He's saying that it sucks to be in a country where those two minorities get bullied all the time and marginalized. That's the joke. But
he's also making a point that being gay is not a choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's the joke that he's making, but they just heard black, they heard gay, and they're like, you're canceled. Get the fuck off the stage. Yeah. And I think it was at Columbia University.
Of course it was.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He's a fucking funny stand-up too.
I remember him on Joe
this.
Rogan's podcast.
I follow him on Instagram. I can't remember his name right now. But I remember that too because I wanted to hear his set. And I heard the joke and I'm like, that wasn't even racist. He was saying good things.
Yeah.
People think if you mention race, like
it's automatically
it's
racist.
just racist. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Like race is a thing. And we can
especially
talk
if you're
about
not
it.
that race, right?
I feel like you're more racist if you can't talk about race.
Exactly.
Than if you're just can comfortably
especially
discuss
if you're
race.
especially if you're like tiptoeing around it.
Yeah.
You know, like if you don't feel comfortable, like I've met people where certain white people where they're just like, when they're talking and they'll be like, and they're talking about black people and they go, yeah. And the black person, like they
like,
whisper.
what?
And it's like, why'd you do that? Like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
And you got to call them out. And then they go, oh no, I didn't mean anything by that.
I've sucked a lot of black dick.
Yeah.
I love it. It's correct.
Guilty white motherfuckers are
dude.
the worst. Dude.
And I get-
They're
you
the
know-
worst.
Part of it is like them like tiptoeing around it. But then there's like a weird thing where it's like, but it's like a subconscious thing, right? It's because they kind of think a certain way about it. And it's projected in the way they say things like that. There's very like small, weird, subconscious things that certain people do where you could be like, oh, you're weird.
This is weird.
So this is very weird.
Also, I've always wondered, like, where is all that guilt coming from?
Yeah.
Why are you
The
so
white guilt, bro, because you guys own slaves.
But it's also
the
like
thing is-
how
the
they
thing is,
talk to other
it
people.
runs in your
The thing
blood.
is like you can be white and be like, yo, there's problems. We should work on them together. Let's fix this shit.
Yeah.
And not feel guilty at the same time. Like, what? Where's the guilty? Like, I don't understand why. Like, when people are like, it's like, why do you feel? Like, I mean, I understand you could be like, yo, things are fucked up. We should work on them together. But like when dudes are all weird, it's like, why? Like, that's your weird racist bullshit in you.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like when I see it, I'm like, that dude's weird and racist. For sure.
Yeah.
Because
it's
like
the
you were
conversation
just
they have behind closed doors.
You were just like, because look, white people were just born white the way everyone was born what they were. They were born in a better circumstance for sure. Like I said, especially in this country. Woo! But the thing is, like, you did, like, even white people didn't decide to be white, right? So it's like,
cancel Pat, dude.
Cancel
Pat.
Bring it on!
all of his privileged ass self.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he got half whiteness up in here, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Freaking vanilla frappa whiteo.
Yeah,
All
dude.
right.
What the
It's
fuck is
dope.
wrong? It's like that
dope.
Louis C.K.
It's dope.
bit. Louis C.K. has a bit where he's like, if I get to choose after I die, I get to choose what race I'm going to be. He's like, I'll take white, please, again.
Yeah,
like,
right,
I'm
exactly.
going to re-up on that white. It's too good. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like, no fucking way. I'm going to take white again. That's a very funny fucking joke, you know? And he's, you know.
But see,
he's
like
probably
that, that's somebody, when I hear somebody say something like that, I'm like, oh, for sure that guy's not racist because he's comfortable talking about difficult things.
The most obnoxious thing is when I look on Facebook or social media and everything that a person posts has to do with racial issues and everything else. And then their profile is their token Asian friend, token black friend, token Mexican friend.
Yeah.
It's like, why is your profile picture this ethnic person that you're using as your fucking token I'm not racist? First of all, they're not your fucking prop. That shit is mad racist,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Low-key, that's a projection, right?
It's
It's like, why do you feel like you have to put this out there?
Yeah,
Like, why do
why-
you have to put that on? Like,
Also,
You're
too, it's just-
collecting people again.
like they're badges, bro.
I know. Yeah, like a Pokemon gym, dude. Like, what
It's
are you
like a
gonna
water
do,
type,
dude?
like an electric type,
Yeah,
I'm a ground type. See,
collecting people.
That's
For
what it is,
sure.
though.
In your museum.
You'll see the profile and then you'll see them all this social justice shit.
Yeah.
And in their profile, it's not just their because it's your profile.
Yeah.
Why is it that it's that ethnic person, that your Asian best friend that you met last year, that's in every single one of your profile
it makes
pics?
you raise an eyebrow.
It's like,
For sure.
okay, we get it. You're not right. You like Asian people. Cut that shit out, dude.
Yeah.
Make it just your regular profile. That's what I'm saying too. It's like sometimes too, I feel people get shit on so hard that they feel like they have to try so hard not to look a certain way, and it does the opposite effect.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so and it goes back to that comment of you don't have to maybe believe what I say, but you just have to treat me with decency.
Yeah.
And I think that's just what we have to go
Treat
for.
people like people, no matter what race they are, whatever background they are. Just treat people like people.
That's it.
Because when it gets weird is when some people have a preconceived notion or judgment of the person that they're meeting, whatever race they are, whatever socioeconomic background they are. And then they you could tell how they talk to that person is like what they really feel about that type of person or what they think that person is.
Mhm.
And it's like that weird kind of judgment and like projection that they put onto that person in their conversation.
Mm.
And some people can see that subtleness and it's like, huh, interesting.
Weird.
This is just the try hard I really dislike. Like I hate the fact that every time we talk about a subject that has to do with like some type of social issue, there's these phrases and terms that I never knew existed.
Like what?
Like it'll be like, oh, you know what? Like I'm not sure if the poverty in LA is going to be fixed. Oh, I didn't know you were a povertilivalitis.
Yeah.
Like where did this phrase fucking come from?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, you're anti-povertilivalitis.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
People just make up
why
words.
You're
do you
scientists.
keep making up fucking words? And it's that you look it up, it was created like 2 weeks ago. It's like, oh, so you use this fucking term that makes you feel like you're more superior than me because I don't know what the fuck this means.
Well, that-
it was made up last month, you cunt bag.
Well, that's kind of their tactic is they just make up words to
Yeah.
like kind of win arguments in a weird
Yeah.
way, you know?
Yeah, you fucking pro toe fucking itis bitch. Like I don't know what the fuck. It's
Yeah,
just
like, huh?
obnoxious. It's very obnoxious.
Yeah, because this was like a weird gamesmanship. It's like a weird
a
social
game.
currency. It's like it's like their way of gamifying it, right? It's like how do I could
Right.
make this? I don't know what the word is, but it's like there's a gross feeling to it. Because whenever someone is trying to like push a certain agenda, they always like kind of it's like very up in front of your face a
You
lot.
know what
It
the
makes
funny-
you think a certain type of way.
One
about
of the
it.
things I love watching, and it's not because I care about the topics that are being talked about on these debates, is when some kind of political pundit will come up and they'll argue with a college student, right? And they go up there to try to take down this person, right? Whether it be, what's his name? The fast-talking Jewish
Shapiro.
guy, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
It could be Ben Shapiro. It could be some other right-wing or left-wing person. And basically they go up, they give these speeches, these college speeches, and then they allow people to come up and debate with them. The reason why I like watching this, not because I agree with everything Ben Shapiro says, or even if I'm listening to the argument at all, the reason why I enjoy watching it is because I like watching people not know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Right. So if you're going to go up and you're going to speak and you're going to debate somebody, you have to do it civilly. You have to have a conversation.
Objectivity.
Like, yeah. And you have to come ready and prepared. But a lot of the times what happens with people, especially specifically when they're younger, and I probably am still like this now and
all
was even more like that
emotion-based.
when I was younger, is that we come up and we say all this stuff that's based on emotion, but we don't have anything to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come against somebody who's very prepared and all you do is go, well, this is how I feel. it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And then you try to talk over people. You don't let people speak. It becomes very problematic. And that's what a lot of younger people do, because I was just like that.
Yeah.
If you want to go ahead and have a discussion with somebody, conversation is the most powerful thing that you could ever have. You may not agree with somebody, but you could walk away at least understanding somebody a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't want that. They want you to either look stupid, they want to tear you down.
Right.
And when you tear that person down, you feel like your dick just got a little bit bigger.
But see, that's the problem with a lot of the colleges right now. Like, because it was starting to happen when I was in UC Santa Barbara. I started noticing it. I didn't like this. That's when they started pulling out trigger warnings and all that shit. And I was like, what the fuck is a trigger warning? Like, what? But like,
I don't know what these trigger warnings are.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
But a lot of schools or majors are trying to make activists.
Yeah.
Right. The whole point of college is to make motherfuckers think for themselves, and a
Critical
lot of them
thinking.
are trying to make activists. And when you're younger, you're more emotional, like you said. So now you just have a bunch of people that are just spewing an ideology, basically like a religious fanatic, and never learning how to think for themselves. So that's a huge, like, we're going to see how that fucking unfolds in the following 20, 30 years.
Like,
but
what's the next generation going to be like?
It's that's a big problem.
There's
a
always
big
cycles
problem.
of it too, you know, like where people start to have this mindset of like activism first, but then at the same time, like what you were saying, like the data or objectivity and arguments, they speak way louder than how you feel about it, because a lot of times they don't really align with each other. Because a lot of people, when it comes to like activism or whatever they're saying, a lot of it is like half truths. It's like both things can be true about a certain, like any issue that you take. Yeah, you could feel some type of way about it, but it's usually coming from one side. The real issues are always not black and white. There's so much nuance that goes along with it. And there might be parts that you don't agree with, but are just reality. Yeah, in a perfect world, we could solve all these issues with, rainbow, sunshine, happiness. But in reality, that's just not the real world. Like the real world has a completely different way of handling things. And you have to adjust your approach and your solutions to figure out what you're trying to fix with real world problems. And if you can't account for that in your solution, which most people don't have when they have issues.
So
with
what
certain
you're saying is
issues.
that women like to be sexually assaulted.
Yes.
Boom.
No. Boom. Wait, what?
But you saw that, for example, this is a great example. And the reason why I made that joke was because there's that famous clip with Jordan
Motherfuckers.
Peterson, and he was being interviewed by she was a famous like reporter or something. It was like in the UK, but she kept on doing this thing where she would ask him a question and then put words into his mouth.
Yeah.
So she'll ask him a question, and then she got wrecked in the comments because of how unprofessional she was. And this is an adult, and this is somebody who's highly intelligent. She's strong, whatever, whatnot. And I forgot what the topics were per se. And once again, I'm not really listening to the subject matter at hand. I'm just watching how people have debate tactics. And he'll write, no, what I believe is this, and these are the numbers and statistics. So you believe that women are inferior. He goes, that's not what I said at all. What I'm saying is this. So you believe that women should just be subordinate to men. He goes,
No,
Jordan
dude.
Peterson smiling, goes, no. That's what I'm saying is this, and that. So what you're saying is, and that was a joke, is so what? Fill in the blank.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
how a lot of people
And
debate.
that's a bad journalist, right? A good journalist, if they're trying to prove a point and get you with something, right? If they know what you're saying is bullshit, they'll just ask very leading questions, and those questions alone can dismantle someone's argument. For if I think you're wrong, if I really think you're Jordan Peterson and you think that women like to be sexually assaulted, I could give you the perfect questions that'll stump you and you won't be able to answer. And by you speaking and answering these questions, you're going to make a fool out of yourself. Like, I feel like that's good journalism, you know? Like, for instance, like the Prince Henry stuff, like Prince Charles, the guy that fucking
molester dude?
Yeah, molester. Like that, the person, the interviewer did such a good job of asking leading questions, and he made a fool of himself.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But if that, to me, that's a good journalist, because they can ask the right questions and stump you just by asking the right questions, and you look like a fucking fool because you don't have those answers. And the way you answer those questions, whether it proves whether you have a good argument or not at the end of the day.
Because the hard part is to, and once again, I'm I was watching another. It was just basically a YouTube playlist of debates, and I don't know who these people are exactly, but Jordan Peterson was one of them. I actually don't know what Jordan Peterson is about, but I just like how calm and poised he is, right? So one of the things that he calls people out on is when somebody insults him. He goes, "Okay, but I want you to rephrase that question without insulting me." You know, and it always stumps them. It's like you're not slick. You know,
right?
You're not slick by sitting here by basically calling me a misogynist or an idiot or that I'm stupid for my ideas. And he goes, "Cool. Well, can you do it without insulting me now?" And then they get stumped. It's like, you're not slick here.
Yeah,
and
right.
It's problematic in how people communicate with somebody, right? So if you're here to have a conversation, conversations can get heated or whatnot. But if you're not going to sit there and listen to somebody speak and kind of hear what they say, then you're not really here for the conversation at all.
It's a got you moment.
Yeah, you're just looking for that got you moment, and then you're trying to walk away with, "Ha, I got you, fuck you," and then walk off. So what's the whole point of this then?
Yeah.
What's the whole point of this conversation? And that's what happens to a lot of people now. You see that shit on Twitter, and that's why I loved it when Dave Chappelle says, "Hey, Twitter is not real."
Yeah.
It's not, bro.
Because it's not.
Not everybody
it's really
should
not.
be putting out their thoughts to the world.
Everybody thinks that their thoughts need to be heard, and guess what? They actually don't. You're not that. Everybody keeps telling you that you're this special fucking human being. Yeah, you're special to your friends and your close family. You have something that's very special about you, but the whole world doesn't have to believe in that specialness that makes you you.
Exactly.
It is not, you can't sit there hoping everybody to believe how awesome you are. You'll sit there with your fucking mouth open until it's dry as fuck.
Yeah.
Getting nothing.
That's also
just bird droppings and that shit all day.
It's also just crazy.
It's crazy.
Dude, like my uncle actually made a really good point. Like we were talking about social media in general, and he was like, I think the way like social media right now is like what cigarettes were like in the 40s, 50s, when they were like, "Oh yeah, cigarettes are fine, blah, blah, blah." You know, doctors are smoking it. He's like, but I think in like 50, 60 years, it's going to be like, social media is like our version of cigarettes. Like in 60 years from now, we're going to be like, "Fuck, stay the fuck away from this," or like only do a little bit because this shit'll fuck you. Like, and mentally. And I think it's so. I think it's so true. I think the analogy is so true.
We found that out when Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp crashed. Everybody freaked the fuck out.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it crashed. I was in Hawaii, so I didn't know it crashed. I was just chilling, and then I read an article later on when it came back up. They're like, Instagram is back. I'm like, oh, when did it shut off?
Yeah,
because also, who gives a shit?
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm not looking at that shit 24/7. And if it crashed for a day, who the fuck cares? Like, move on with your fucking life. But that is credit to what your uncle says. People are addicted to that shit.
Yeah.
To the point where they freak the fuck out. And the funniest thing about those articles is that when they were talking about the Facebook employee who was a whistleblower, and the whistleblower was basically saying obvious shit. These companies care about money more than your safety. Yeah. No fucking shit.
Yeah,
it has always been about money. The fact that 80% of the population was surprised that Facebook, a multi-billion-dollar company, doesn't give a fuck about your privacy and safety blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
But when we talk, if I said right now into this phone, dildo, 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 dildo.
We're gonna get dildo on our ads.
Instagram ads 24/7. If you download a website app, a search engine called DuckDuckGo, right? Yeah. DuckDuckGo is the best search engine that you could look for because it doesn't have any of those bots and that bullshit.
That's fire, bro.
They block everything.
DuckDuckGo.
When you search on DuckDuckGo, it tells you what websites are linked to other ones for ads.
Yeah.
So when you're on Facebook, it'll block Facebook, Instagram, and all this other shit because they're all connected. This is clearly obvious shit. The fact that 80% of the population didn't understand that blows my fucking mind.
And just the algorithm is so fucking powerful, right? Like the way people get wrapped up in the social media shit, they're scrolling. Like the whole point of the app is to see how long they can get you on that fucking app.
Use it for what it's good for. Use it for your entertainment. If you want to laugh, you want to post about your life. But this stuff isn't real fucking life.
It's not
and you keep basing your life off of fucking memes 24/7. I have seen so many kids who are so awkward because you guys repeat memes as if they're real conversation topics. Like when they talk to women, this means that, oh, when you talk to women, make sure you talk with confidence. And they not come up to a girl and they're 2 inches away from her face. Hi, my name is John. It's like, why? Because you read on a fucking meme? Give her some space, bitch. Like, you're so busy taking advice from fucking three sentence fucking excerpts out of a social media app that you think these are life books. Those are snippets. You take that with a grain of fucking salt. That's why you're so fucking awkward. That's why when you're on these dating apps, you have 17 office jokes because you think that's going to get you pussy.
Right.
Shut the fuck up and get out there and talk to a fucking human being. That's my TED Talk.
Yeah, you're like trying to be relatable all the time to these people. You know, and it's like, it's not real conversation.
Not
Just
at
have a
all.
conversation. Ask people about
and I
themselves.
also-
talk about yourself, whatever.
And I 100% say this too because I grew up with such crazy social anxiety, right? That I kept on looking for these shortcuts on how to socialize with human beings. And all I had to do was just socialize, go out there and fail consistently to know, oh, this is a little weird. This is a little awkward.
Yeah, right. That's just trial and error.
Yeah,
You're
trial
eating
and
dicks
error.
all the time.
Yeah, that's
Everything
how
you
it
do.
works.
Right?
That's how it
When
works.
somebody unzips their pants, I don't have to suck that dick.
Yeah,
you don't
I
have
could
to.
just be like, not today, sir. Walk
Yeah.
off.
Boundaries. You know what I
That's
mean?
it, rum deep.
That's your line.
Hey,
you
man.
crossed it.
Rum deep and I.
Not today, baby.
Homies for
Sound,
life.
dude.
Homies for life, dude, all day.
That
Don't make me.
shit.
Don't you shame me for my friend, all right? I didn't steal his fucking Funyuns, dude.
I think
he
he stole
gave them
his
to me.
Funyuns.
He didn't
Sounds like
steal
it's getting
shit.
defensive. You're getting real
I
defensive.
read an Instagram meme.
We
that
were
said
on
he
the
did.
chain link fence. We were looking off into the distance, eating some Funyuns together. I don't know if
Well,
he ate.
you were eating. You were
Well, I don't
eating.
know what the fuck he was eating, all right?
Yeah,
that wasn't
yeah.
my responsibility. My responsibility was to protect him at all costs
Yeah.
for the Funyuns.
And that's it. No
Did he ever
payment.
get bullied?
Uh-uh.
I don't know. I got
Probably
expelled
not.
after third grade. Whatever happened to him after, I don't know what happened.
Who knows? Yeah.
But
up
you
to the
did your part.
Hey,
Yeah, up until third
kindergarten
grade.
till third grade, nobody fucked with Rum Deep.
Yeah.
That's
Hands
what's
down.
up. That's what's up. That's dope.
And you had an insatiable thirst for fucking Funyuns from
Funyuns.
then on out.
And I just kept gaining weight. So much weight, dude.
The Funyuns will fucking get you, boy.
I love Funyuns, bro.
So when I would protect him and take all the shots, I didn't feel anything
Yeah.
all day. And he would smile as he was just guarded by my fucking
You're like
massive
just
body.
very happy.
Majin Buu, dude.
I absorbed it. I put it in my
David is
stomach.
Majin Buu,
Dude, you're
dude.
Majin Buu.
That's right, dude. I'm pink and fat without my shirt, dude. How fucking dare
Patrick
you,
is Master Roshi, I think.
Is that the old guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, that's who I aspire to be like, honestly, 100%. I always like, I feel like the dopest dude in animes, it's like a trope of anime, but the old dude that looks really frail,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
like when he takes his shirt off, it's time to get down. He's like, it's like the most ripped dude.
He always looks super fucking weak, and
Yeah.
they go, "Oh my god, that's the legend from Baba Say Baba."
Yeah, yeah. Like that's always been the dopest dude
He's the
for
sickest
me
one.
in anime. I've always been.
And then when
damn,
he
that's
sees
the
hot
sickest
girls,
dude.
he gets the nosebleeds.
Yeah, he gets.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know,
That was like
I'm-
his thing.
he's
I have
always
a-
trying to fuck. He's
Yeah,
super
yeah.
horny.
He a little hornball.
Yeah. All right.
That's you, dude.
That's not me.
Horny boy.
I'm not
You a
even
horny
that
boy?
bro.
You a horny boy?
Nah. You think I'm a horny boy?
I think you're a horny boy.
I don't
dude.
know.
What you mean?
I think every day you just think about sex. Right when you wake up, you're like, "Where can I stick this little fucking?"
I'll be
schlong?"
trying until
Yeah.
you shoot me down. She'd be like,
Shoots
not
you down?
today, sucker. That's what she
Wow.
tells me.
She calls you a sucker.
You little pussy ass. That's what she says.
Do you
Wow.
wake her up by
Bitch
masturbating
boy.
furiously next to her in the bed?
I've only done that like 4 or 5 times this week and no go.
Do you dry hump her
Oh yeah, all the time.
from like trying to get it
Your
going?
little
Or as a
nasty little
joke?
snail trail on her leg, you sick fuck.
Dude, my snail trails are crazy, bro.
Okay, I didn't need to hear that. Legit.
The fact that you think I have a
Coulda-
snail trail,
Could have
bro.
gone all year without knowing that shit.
Hey, comment below if you guys got snail trails, dude.
Check his boxer, dude. Just this glimmer of line, just on this glimmering
That's
line,
so fucking gross.
just all the way down to his fucking thigh.
Wow.
Gross.
That's
You're
disgusting,
sick.
bro. You're starting fucking rumors about me that I don't appreciate.
Oh, easy shit.
Why you think I'm a hornball? You think I'm a fucking?
Oh, you're
little
for
I don't
sure a
know.
hornball, dude.
What you mean? You think I'm a deviant?
Oh, you're a sexual deviant for sure.
In what way? What proof do you
I
have?
want to open up your fucking phone and let's see your Google search right now, bro.
Wow.
Hey, and guess
I
what?
delete my
If
history
you
all the
deleted all
time.
the cash and the cookies, I already know you did some weird shit.
Where is my phone?
It's
I
in
always
that
delete
pussy
my
ass
cookies.
fucking fatty pack of yours, bitch.
What are those flowers?
Yeah,
Bitch.
I got it in Hawaii. Hawaii. Go look at my fucking browser, bro.
Damn, bro.
Why is your phone so sticky, bro?
Yeah.
That's just
Screw
my
that.
sweat, bro.
I'm not even holding it.
Tabs
It's,
open.
it's floating on my
open.
palm. Oh, what is this? Feet online?
Wow.
You're into feet shit?
No,
You like feet
dude.
shit?
It was just like
What's your weird
research,
thing, huh?
research for a client,
What's your thing? You like weird, something weird, huh?
bro. I'm very vanilla, dog.
You vanilla boy?
Mhm.
I like
You like just
fucking,
missionary?
sucking, and that's it, bro.
That's
Why the
good.
fuck you looking at Whitney Houston all the time, dude?
Oh, I photoshopped my face on my buddy. He got a job as a bodyguard, so I photoshopped my face on Whitney Houston and his face on Kevin Costner.
Nice.
And that's real. I'll show it to you right
Yeah,
now.
I believe it.
And it was with John. John just got a job, high-end security job.
Wow.
And that's what I did.
His
That's
shit
dope.
is literally just fight shit and Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Whitney Houston.
So
Whitney Houston
what?
was
You don't
dope.
masturbate with your phone, you sick fuck. What do you masturbate with?
Fucking my tears.
Did you jerk off?
I Donda track list. There's a picture of my vaccine card. The travel Hawaii. What time is it in Washington State? Look that up.
Disgusting.
Because
dude.
I have clients that I have to do different time zones. And time zones are so hard to deal with.
Isn't
bro.
Washington the same time zone?
It's an hour ahead. Which is like,
We're
what
on
are you
the-
doing?
What do
bro?
you mean? Why?
No, it's an hour ahead.
Oh, really? Huh.
I don't know how time zone works.
I don't get it either.
Oh shit. Never mind, it's not.
You fucking loser.
Let's just all be on the same time.
Yeah, let's just be on the same time.
Well, hurry up and watch the fucking Chappelle.
I'm gonna watch it, bro.
You gotta watch it, dude.
I want to finish
fucking
Squid
great.
Games though. I want to finish
Squid
Squid Games.
Games.
I want to watch that.
Fuck, I wish you saw it so we could talk about
Yeah,
what
but we can't
happens.
talk about it because you didn't fucking watch it. You didn't watch
Yeah,
the
You didn't
Chappelle
watch
thing. You didn't watch
shit,
Squid Game.
dude.
I didn't know what we were gonna talk about. You said we're gonna talk about Deontay Wilder and all that
We
shit.
did talk about
did.
that.
I know.
It didn't even get
But
recorded.
that's
we
all
talked
you
about
said.
that.
Don't say that, man. I'm getting hella
Yeah, bro.
nervous.
Bro, you know how many podcasts we did?
Where's the best podcast ever?
Like we were
Just
saying
deleted.
some inflammatory shit too,
Yeah.
bro. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise that we fucking didn't have it recorded, but it was fun and we were laughing our fucking.
At the end of the day, I'm just here to hang out with you guys, man.
Yeah, we're just
If it
gonna
gets
kick it,
recorded.
bro.
It gets recorded.
we just having laughs,
Yeah.
bro.
That's why I keep fucking up.
We're talking shit.
I need to have a bad time when I do this shit. I keep fucking around. I'm like, oh wait, we're supposed to do work right now, aren't we? Fuck, man.
Yeah, we end up talking all fucking night like a bunch of assholes. But
Yeah, I love
it's
it.
just fun, dude.
And that is what friendship is. You entered my life 3 years ago.
yeah.
Biggest mistake ever.
Yeah.
Best thing about you is I got to be
No, it's actually crazy how like everything has turned out. Like as far as
Yeah.
like us all hanging out and shit like that. The fact that we were in Hawaii and we saw each other for like 2 hours and shit. Fuck you, dog.
Dude, this guy was so happy to see me, bro.
Yeah, yo, fuck. Hey, Tip, she a little instigator, bro.
Why?
And she likes blowing my spot. Like
Why?
we meet up with David, and she goes, "Hey, David, you know this is how Tip talk." And she goes, "Nick was so excited to see you." I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Dude.
And she just like blowing on my spot, but I wasn't like excited to see you.
Yeah, you were man crushing a little bit.
I was biting my lip.
I saw
I was
that
on-
snail trail, bro.
That snail trail, baby.
Yeah, I got a bunch of sand in my cooter,
Yeah.
bro.
Down your ankles, baby. That snail trail was dragging.
I was like, the fuck is that glimmer
Bro, we
on
saw him
his
for like
shorts?
2 hours the whole fucking trip.
Wow.
We didn't hang much because
Should have came to the dinner I had because it was delicious.
Yeah, how was the Vietnamese curry?
It was fucking hella good. The
I looked it up afterwards.
Curry. I've never had that.
Crab
dude,
curry.
crab curry, hella good.
I looked it up afterwards. Looked delicious,
Dude,
That sounds
We
amazing.
went to Bozu that
I
night.
love curry.
Oh, actually, you did great then too.
Yeah, we went to
was
Bozu.
fucking delicious.
We didn't go to some whack ass shit, bro.
Gilbert, you fat, useless fuck.
Gilbert, why don't you go on the podcast? You fuck.
You know why?
That's
Because
true.
he's so busy.
podcasts.
Oh, I have to put banana ketchup on everything.
Yo, bro, making plans with Gilbert in Hawaii, so frustrating.
The worst.
Tiff
Why?
was like, why does Gilbert do this? Why is he so difficult? But he was like doing work and shit. I get it, whatever.
All we gotta do is spar him and then piece him up a little bit,
Yeah.
and then we'll be all great.
Get him
I'm about
back
to
on
clap
track.
them cheeks next time I see you, Gil.
Damn.
Motherfucker.
Too bad you're so fucking lovable, bitch.
Yeah, dude. This fool's an enigma, bro. Every time we were walking down Waikiki and he was like cracking jokes. And then so many random people like want to join in and be like, that's hilarious. And they walk by, dude. They fucking love this fucking guy wherever we go. He's making friends with everybody at the restaurant and shit. I'm like,
That's
hey, bro,
dope.
cut it out.
He looks like a Filipino radio host. That's why.
He wants to fuck everybody, I think. It's like
Yeah.
he's constantly
so?
sending out signals to fuck.
Is he in a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Long
good for him.
terms.
Nice.
He fiancéed. Shout out to
he's
Cindy
fiancé.
Lou, bro.
Wow.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Cindy Lou.
Simu
Oh,
Cindy Lou,
love it,
baby.
dude.
Cindy Lou.
The best. Well, guys, that wraps up this episode of the Genius Brain Podcast that we did record. I see all the lights.
Yeah.
You'll see it.
We got to check from now on. Patrick
Hey.
out here checking, bro.
We gotta check. I checked that one earlier. I think it was on. It was red.
It was on.
Is that good?
It was on. If it wasn't on, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna get an engineer to edit this shit.
We're gonna have to do ADR, or you're gonna have to do ADR for everybody.
I got you. Don't fucking worry, dude. I've been doing this for years. I've never made a mistake in my life.
Are you going to hire an engineer to like do all this stuff?
Well, next year I'm trying to pizzazz it up because we're only doing one a week.
Let's go.
So
Nice.
if something fucks up, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
I need somebody else to do this because I do everything myself.
Yeah.
It's so funny too
ADR.
because I'll edit this stuff and then people will write in comments. They're like, dude, whoever edits this stuff has been calling David out on all this bullshit. I'm like, I write everything. I write the titles. I write the timestamps. What are you talking about?
Calling you out? Like, what do you mean?
Well,
you
because
talking
I'll
about?
say some stupid shit and I'll put it as a timestamp. And I'm like, they're like, dude, whoever's editing even knows that David's like saying all this bullshit. I'm like, I write them.
Yeah.
Like,
David knows he's
yeah,
saying
yeah.
some wild
I
shit.
write the timestamps. It's
Right,
me.
right.
Like, what are you talking about? You fucking hater. Leave me alone. It hurts. Sorry.
Hey, you ain't gonna get away with that, bro. You're not gonna get away with that. With a little, I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you a pussy. Check out Nick at Nick Dunn. He's a physical teacher.
If you guys need coaching for fitness,
That's what it is. I'm sorry.
strength
teacher.
training, getting your weight down, just hit your boy up. All
I've
right?
only
I
gained
got you.
36 pounds since knowing him.
Yeah.
of pure dog meat.
You lost your way by yourself, you fucking fuck.
You a physical teacher, man.
I'm a physical teacher.
He's
bro.
a physical teacher.
I teach PE, bro.
That's right. That's what it is.
And fuck, I got a degree in it, all right? Watch your fucking mouth,
Physical
bro.
education.
Yeah,
he-
BS,
yeah.
dog.
BS.
He's a
Bullshit,
kinesiology teacher.
Basura.
That's what it
Basura,
says,
boy.
Mhm.
I got a real fucking degree in science, bro.
That's
Damn.
right. You could
Exercise
check
phys,
out
eat my ass.
Scientia?
Patrick at patrick.t.riley. You
Yeah.
can see him at the strip club swinging the thing around.
Dang,
He's a strip club
dang,
DJ,
dang,
man.
dang, dang, dang.
Counterclockwise. Hypnotized.
Throw that ass in a circle.
In a Merkle.
In a Merkle.
In a Merkle.
Patrick's also blood, you know?
Thursdays and Sundays up
Throw that
until
ass in
January
a Merkle.
1st. January 1st, only one a
Throws
week.
up and he goes.
Boom. Hits him with the woe. See y'all next time.